The mosque, okay. Builder was a Burgi Emir, who for a few months in 1399 was regent for the 10-year-old Farag ibn Barkuk, and who then became a major protagonist in the struggles during his reign. In 1400, he was executed in Damascus. I think they're talking about Barkuk. He was executed in Damascus, and his tomb chamber is empty. The facade has its Sadiq Kitab on the northwest corner, a decoration of inverse heart-shaped leaf patterns over the main entrance in a ribbed dome. The slanting angle of the ribs is an example of the experimentation with ribbing that was in vogue from 1360 to 1400. The interior is unusual in plan and plain both in shape and in decoration, but it is a much-loved neighborhood mosque. Take a moment to look at the houses around you. They were built in the 19th century and belong to the Muhammad Ali period of expansion. A drinking trough is located behind this mosque, where you can reach it via Shara Bab al-Qurba and the mosque's north side, the former site of the city.
Okay. Can we go around the side?
Yeah, let's
Can we go around the side?
Get in. I don't think we can.
I think not.
The houses really are beautiful. Like look at the Mausoleum. They're all total 19th century, but of course they're
1503 to 1504. This is the Gate Sabil
Kutab
Mausoleum
of Tarabiya
Sharifi. Great names again.
Belongs to the group of monuments described in the Bab al-Wazir cemetery, but it is easier to get to it from Shara Bab Turba. The Comité restored the building in 1905. That explains why it's
I see. Yeah.
The tomb, a large domed cube, typical of late Burki buildings, is set within an enclosure that one enters through the gate opposite Ignatius' drinking trough. All that remains of a much larger complex, the structure is a magnificent example of late Mamluk workmanship. Double-leaf cresting, windows in the form of 3 oculi over 3 arched panels, roundel inscriptions with the emir's name, double bands of molding, and decorated shoulder cascades.
Oh, there are
in the dome's transition zone.
You see the inscriptions with
the
name? I think, yeah.
I cannot read that from here.
Yeah, me either.
I assume that's what it says.
Cool.
These windows must be new, right? The plaster.
Yeah, they've got to be redone.
The monument was carefully restored by the AKTC. Its delicate internal decorations and handsome marble dado are visible once more, making it again a splendid final resting place for the Emir Tarabe, who was chief of the Mamluks in Egypt under Sultan Mahmud. Around the apex of the dome is verse 72:18, and the mosques are for God, so invoke not anyone along with God. I'll show you what that one is in Arabic.
It's too bad it's not in there.
Oh look, is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a missing dome. Here, in that picture in the book, there's a dome there. Masjid Khairbek.
Yeah, before it was the mosque and mausoleum of Khairbek, it was the palace of al-Ahmar and Nasiri, which was an impressive early Bahri residence. Al-Ahmar was an emir, cupbearer, and viceroy of Nasir the palace itself was built in 1329 to 1330. The portal lies just up the street from the dome. The canopy hood has a pattern of stalactites that hang from an 8-petaled rosette. Okay, and then the mosque mausoleum of Khairbek. Khairbek was one of the chief emirs of the Mamluk Empire. For 12 years he was viceroy of Aleppo, where he built a number of surviving monuments. His ambition led him to intrigue with the Ottomans and betray his master, Sultan al-Ghuri, at the Battle of Marj Dabiq near Aleppo in 1516. The Ottomans routed the Mamluk army, and so the door to the conquest of Egypt was opened. As a reward, the traitor, Khairbek, was made the first Ottoman viceroy of Egypt from 1517 to 1522. He was extortionate and cruel. His mausoleum was built in 1502, but the mosque and Seville attached to it date from 1521. The monument thus straddles the transition from the Mamluk period to the Ottoman era, but architecturally it is in the Mamluk tradition. It does not incorporate new or foreign architectural features. The best view of the complex is from the direction of the citadel. Khairbek annexed lot of noise.
Yeah, we got airplanes coming in.
Annex the former palace of Ahmar in the foreground and heavily restored it as his residence. Behind stand the minaret with the newly replaced finial.
Yeah.
And the dome with its triangular shoulders and richly carved tapestry of interlacing leaves and hearts. This dome is totally awesome.
It is really cool.
The exterior has been cleaned and the warm honey color of the limestone is apparent once more. The Sabil Kutab next to the entrance protrudes slightly and bounces the projection under the minaret at the other end of the facade. The Sabil was an addition by Ghanim al-Hamzawi, one of Khairbek's Mamluks. One enters the complex through a corridor, which is an unusual approach. At the end of the corridor on the left, a door opens to the Sabil. On the right, steps lead up to the mosque. The portal with stone benches on either side cannot be seen from the street. The threshold is made from a block of stone from a pharaonic building. The custodian claims that the hieroglyphic inscriptions, which include a figure of the mummified Osiris, have kept all flies and insects out of the mosque. What? We gotta go in here.
There's no flies in there? There's a door right here.
Yeah.
You think we can go in?
Yeah, and then the rest of this is about the interior.
Alright, city's awesome. I don't see them doing anything inside.
I don't hear anything either. Nothing is happening in there. You're coming back here with me.
Okay. You're the boss.
So frustrating.
I don't see why they don't just close down the part they're working on. Yeah.
Like that right
I
there.
think so. Yeah. This inscription here is awesome.
Okay, so what we're looking at up there is the mosque of
This is a different mosque.
Aqsa Qul. Oh, it's the blue mosque.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah, Aqsa Qul. And in between them, this little complex is the house Waqf of Ibrahim Agha Mustahfizan.
Okay,
With
so
the
that's what we're
ruins
looking
of
at.
Rab'a of Ibrahim Agha Mustahfizan opposite. These monuments, of which little survive except the perimeters, were built by a commander of the Janissary Citadel Guards, who intended perhaps to make them the center of a general restoration for this quarter. His constructions in this area were undertaken between 1632 and 1657 and extended along both sides of the street for almost 250 meters. It's been restored by the AKTC and is being used as a clinic. There you go.
Oh, it is. It really is a clinic.
So this is the house.
Alright. Awesome. ممكن نخش.
لا مش ممكن نخش أي حاجة.
Let's see.
أي حاجة. ممكن the blue mosque.
Yeah. It's gotta be, right? Everyone on the way down was like, are you going there?
I'm frustrated.
Okay, هنشوف.
Not a lot of people. I don't like it.
I'm filming. Take a look at me.
But I want a picture too. Why are you filming?
You can take a picture while I film. Who said that?
Right.
Who was that guy talking about?
I don't like these kids. Can we not this one?
Yeah.
Am I on?
You're on.
Oh my gosh.
It's a madrasa.
This is the madrasa of Sultan Sha'ban, which we saw from
The other
first
side.
mausoleum exhibit. Distinguishable by its handsome facade and double domes. Double domes? Hello. On the side. Hello.
Where's the double down?
This is another restoration by the AKTC, completed in 2007. This madrasa is the only royal foundation on this main artery leading from the citadel toward Zuwaylah. It was built from a triangular piece of land giving it three facades. It was begun in 1368 or 1369 by Sultan al-Ashraf Sha'ban for his mother. So this comes before everything else.
Oh, okay.
Going backwards in time. For his mother, Kwan Baraka, while she was making the pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina. For a female member of the Mamluk court, going on the pilgrimage was a public way to express her piety. She commemorated her return in 1369 to 70 by endowing the mosque. She was the concubine of Hussein, one of Nasir Muhammad's sons, and rose to fame when her son came to the throne at the age of 10. After her first husband died in 1362, Juan Baraka married Ilgay al-Yusufi, whose monument is in Sud al-Salah. Sultan Sha'ban also began building his own funerary complex at the foot of the citadel, but when he was murdered in 1377, his complex was left unfinished and he was buried in his mother's madrasa. The main facade of the complex is unusual. It's right here. The portal, sabil, and minaret are aligned with Shada et Hubban. To the right of the entrance is a drinking trough with inscriptions above. Oh yeah, here. Want to go look at it?
Yeah.
Inscriptions above. And to the left is a sabil, the opening of which is covered with a mashrabiya screen and with beautiful geometric designs. It's right there.
Yeah.
The main feature of the facade is the beautiful entrance, deeply recessed around a triangular hood, covered by tiers of muqarnas, or honeycomb vault. The hood is anatolian in inspiration, like that of Sultan Hassan. The frame around it is carved with delicate tracery. Both tier and frame were originally painted with gold, red, and blue. Around the entrance itself, extensive use is made of a block or striped masonry. The main portal is not used today. Access is from the secondary portal on the western side of the building. Near this entrance on the left is a doorway with an elaborately carved frame. This was once the house of Muhammad Mazhar, who was one of the earliest Egyptians sent to France.
Mosaic.
What's this?
الاسمراني عامله ايه الغربه فيه.
بس اسمها قصيدة نهج البرد. Poem from
إمام البوصيري.
إمام
البوصيري.
إمام البوصيري مشهور جدا.
وسقط. Oh, that's the outside of the mashrabiya from that room. It's so different on the inside.
I know. Is it?
Yeah.
That's
where we were,
but
right?
there weren't those little like ovular things.
Maybe.
Maybe the doors open out onto
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah, maybe. ده الأوضة اللي إحنا كنا فيه أيوة ده
بالظبط هو
اه
نفس ده اللي احنا كنا فيه ده بيبدأ الجزء الثاني بقى من بعد ده مقعد صيفي يعني حاجة زي في الصيف بس يعني السلطان بيروح هنا in the summer في الصيف بس لا هنا الشتاء مقعد يعني أظن مقعد يعني الجزء ده على فكرة هنا الجزء ده أثريا وفي الناحية الفنية أركيولوجيا أهم من هنا حاجات كويسة أوي
أي شكله يعني
لا وفي زخارف كويسة برضه حاجات جميلة جدا بس عايز بقى شغل كويس عايز شغل يعني زي مركز البحوث يظبط العصر اللي هو لما جه طبعا البيت زي ما قلت ان البيت سلطان قايتباي يعني بس في طبعا فترات متلاحقه بيريود او افتر مملوك بيريود اوتمان بيريود اوتمان بيريود بوز ذيس هاوس برنس كولد احمد كتخوذة الرزاز
اوكي فهو الرزاز
this house in archaeology named احمد بيت احمد كتخوذة الرزاز هنا بقى الناس كانت ناس تجيب برضه لما جه جدد البيت وخد البيت يعني عمل البيت وراء ظبط الحاجات وضع الحاجات اللي ده جدد هذا البيت من فضل الله سبحانه وتعالى ناس تجيب بقى هنا برضه الناس النهج الفضل خاصة نهج الفضل البسيط باقي النهاية قصيدة عشق وحب في العشق هنا برضه دي المزانة بتاعت المسلسل بتاعتها أرسل طلبة؟
ايوه طلبة
فاهم الاسم دلوقتي ضايع
I go under?
Oh.
شكل ساعة يوري.
This is al-Maridani.
al-Maridani, to be precise. Finest monuments of the 14th century. The Emir Golden Bull, al-Maridani, was one of Sultan al-Nasir Muhammad's sons-in-law, like Aqsunqur, the maker of the Blue Mosque. He was his father-in-law's cupbearer and finally governor of Aleppo, where he died in 1343 in his 20s. Judging by his name, his original owner came from Mardin in Turkey. Since the facade follows the oh right, so we learned about the entrances.
Which followed the street, right?
So unlike the cruciform madrasas, this mosque has an open courtyard surrounded by 4 ruwaqs, or arcaded halls. I guess this is one of them. The elements of the courtyard are familiar from previous structures and exhibit the conservative use of ornamental units. Stair-step crenellation with arabesque design is similar to the crenellation on the Bain al-Qasmain complex of Al-Qalawun. Two roof-lined arches with lozenges and medallions, as in the Mosque of al-Azhar, and corner posts with finials like those of the Mosque of Al-Qulub, originally sheathed with green pylons. The Qibla Ruwaq, which I guess we are in,
yeah, it's over here.
Separated from the rest of the mosque by a superb Mashrabiya screen. It is superb. Which perhaps, well, this is a long description, originally served to curtain the Qibla arcades from pedestrians using the mosque as a shortcut between two streets. In Cairo, because good wood was scarce and therefore prized, it was used primarily for decoration. This screen belongs to the earliest period of Mashrabiya work, a craft that was stimulated in Egypt by the shortage of plywood for paneling. The basic principle is straightforward. A lattice is constructed with turned oval shapes joined together by short, turned, and ribbed links. Although this screen has been restored, its basic fabric is original, which gives some idea of the durability of wood in the dry air of Cairo. The screen is finely carved on both faces and from either side, whether seen from the courtyard or in silhouette from the sanctuary, adds a striking element to this mosque. Totally true. It's really awesome. In front of the mihrab and under the dome. Okay, so we're talking about the other side here. The open space is a 3 bay by 3 bay domed area. Defined by arches supported on 8 red granite Pharaonic columns. Oh, that's these Pharaonic columns.
Really? Holy cow.
Wow. The lateral aisles are supported by reused church columns with a variety of capitals, primarily Corinthian, and by Mamluk columns with multifaceted edges and hourglass-shaped capitals.
Corinthian capitals.
That's on the marble, the ones
over
that
there?
are beyond, like that one.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Or like those, yeah. The plan resembles that of the mosque built by Sultan al-Nasir Muhammad in his citadel. Ample documentation attends to al-Nasir Muhammad's great interest in building, not only in his own architectural foundations, but also in his frequent encouragement of his emirs to build for themselves. He sent them official contributions of various kinds: marble, wood, workmen, builders, or architects. His particularly true of this mosque, for not only were marble and wood provided out of the Sultan's own purse, but as a special favor, the chief architect of the court, al-Mu'allim ibn Suyufi, was sent to plan the mosque. Perhaps a relative of our own, Suyufi. The especially fine mihrab, which is totally awesome, with its mosaic and mother-of-pearl inlay, turquoise colonnades, jumbled block loose walls, and carved marble frames, is typical of the decorative fashion introduced in the mihrab of Sultan Qalawun's mausoleum half a century earlier. The minbar, like other Mamluk minbars, uses a woodworking technique in which small panels are joined together to make larger items. In this way, there is no wastage of wood on stitch. Is that a word?
Yeah.
And the distortion caused by warping and shrinking in a dry, hot climate is minimized by being evenly distributed over smaller units. The raised platform is raised in the Quran. On the wall just above the minbar and below the dome is an unusual kind of stucco ornament. It shows tree forms, which might allude to the Quranic verse, "See you not how God has struck a similitude? A goodly saying is like a goodly tree, its roots firm and its branches competitive." Other noteworthy aspects of the interior decoration are the panels of square cubic script.
We've seen those.
The inlaid panels of marble and mother-of-pearl arrow designs, and the strapwork interlaced designs that appear often in the Baha'i period. The roofing is of simple beams richly ornamented with gilt and painted patterns.
They're crazy.
One corner of the domed area has been restored, which imparts a sense of the original richness. This mosque was ostensibly restored by the Comité in 1895 to 1903, but is again in need of work. The rising water table is destroying the marble panels, and looters have gouged out many wooden insets of the minbar.
Yeah. Wow.
This is...
Look at this. See the courtyard from up here. This is crazy. Islamic Cairo is nuts, awesome. It's so much better than the other Cairo.
I know.
Alright, let's do it. Let's go up this thing.
Alright. There's such a good view here.
The view is going to be better from up there. Wow, we're high. No.
There's nothing up there. Oh, there's...
Yeah, I think you go up there and stand when you see. There's Azhar Park. I guess we should have done one at a time.
We should probably go down if we want to come up.
Yeah.
This is scary going down.
Yeah.
You deep in?
Yeah, I'll give you a second when you go.
You know, we could try to go right to Azhar Park tomorrow and get food there.
In the park? It's gonna be expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Must be Hassan and Fag, right?
Over there.
And then that's the other mosque.
Which one is that? In
That's
front
the one
of
of
us.
the guy.
I don't know which
In front
one
of us,
that
I
is.
don't know.
There's Azhar Park. That hill in the middle is really high.
Yeah. Look at all these satellite dishes on this house.
A lot of people live here. Look at that mosque. What mosque is
I
that?
don't know. It looks newer, doesn't
It
it?
does look new. There's the al-Ahmar.
Yeah, and there's also a mosque we visited here. And the Ottoman one we just passed.
Go over here and video some. Okay. That's Motham, right?
Yeah.
Way over there. I think that's it, yeah? And Posat's over there.
Yeah.
So they're near each other at least.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're near each other, but I feel like nobody lived at Fustat. It was probably like a military.
Yeah.
Base, you know, or like a.
Well, that's what it
outpost.
was initially.
I know. I should sit down.
Yeah? We need to go eat.
Yeah. We should have some water.
Are we gonna have to call this the end of the trip today?
No. I mean, we might.
We saw a lot of stuff.
We did. We could keep going. I mean, we kind of have to keep going, even if we don't wind up going inside.
Right.
Let's have some water while we're.
There's a dog on a roof over there.
Dogs everywhere.
Okay.
What she said about inside?
No. Do you wanna look?
It's here. It's like remarkable, you know? Smoke rose to columns from the cave and look at the sun. Long comes across the sands.
Yeah. That's it? I think.
All the walls and the mihrab are plain. Restored in 1722, when the stained glass windows, minbar, and wooden dikka across the north Iwan were added. The roof over the courtyard may also date from this time. Oh, this roof.
What's the name of it?
Dikka?
No, this.
Oh, it's Ahmed al-Mihmandar.
Ahmed al-Mihmandar. Okay.
Chief of the protocol.
Right, the meter and
for
greeter.
Masjid Muhammad, yeah. It is charming. This is one of the oldest buildings of the quarter.
Yeah. It looks like it's still in use.
Very much so. Although it's like quiet, you know?
Yeah. It is quiet.
It's really nice.
بالجمس.
بالنسبة للكاميرا تولي
عشان I saw